Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay. So we've got Sand Soldier, which is not something you can put in your deck. This is just a token. It's a 1 mana 1/1 ephemeral that says Nexus Strike, deal 1 to the enemy Nexus. Okay. So it's a 1/1 that actually hits the Nexus for 2. Interesting. So it's like you really want to block this. So it's like it's better for your opponent to block this, because if they don't, they take 2. But if they do, obviously their units take damage, and that's not a good thing generally. So that's interesting. That's an interesting little token. Dune Keeper, 1 mana 2/1 that summons this. Wow, that's aggressive. Holy crap, that's aggressive. This is aggressive. This is a 1 mana 2/1 that summons a 2/1. An ephemeral 2/1. My goodness. Encroaching Shadows on the soldiers? I don't think it works that way. Encroaching Shadows says all units in your hand and deck get +2/+2 and ephemeral, and this is never going to be in your deck. So if you played Encroaching Shadows, Dune Keeper would become a 4/3, but the Sand Soldier would stay a 1/1. All right, then we got Emperor's Dais, 2 mana landmark. When allies attack, summon an attacking Sand Soldier. Wow, okay, so this just summons the Sand Soldier every single time. Do all of these have to do with Sand Soldiers? No, not quite. When allies attack, summon an attacking Sand Soldier. So you just get one every single time you attack. This is kind of like the other one, the sands, the shifting sands. Where'd it go? I'll find it. Sandswept Tomb. This is kind of like Sandswept Tomb, except cheaper, right? And it summons a smaller dude. Interesting. All right, then we got Sand Crafter, 4 mana 3/5. Attack, summon an attacking Sand Soldier. Yo, okay, so... Well, either way, I'm playing Ephemerals with Hecarim and these cards Lamal. Yeah. Yo, is Azir gonna be some Hecarim synergy? I mean, obviously Azir's gonna have to do with these Sand Soldiers, right? These are like here for him. Whoa, I wonder if Azir's gonna be like an aggro card. I didn't expect that. I did not expect Azir to be like an aggro card. He might be. He might be based on this. That's interesting. All right. Desert Wrath, 4 mana slow speed. Grant allied Sand Soldiers everywhere, +1/+0, and then summon 2 of them. Whoa. Azir is the kind of champ to fill the board on turn 1. Apparently, Desert's Wrath, grant allied Sand Soldiers everywhere, +1/+0, and then summon 2 of them. Okay. So this is like a sand. So they're helping us to build like a Sand Soldier deck. Wow. And then we've got Inspiring Marshal, 5 mana 4/6. When you summon another ally, give it +2/+0 this round. When you summon another ally, give it +2/+0 this round. Wow. Everything you summon? Oh, my goodness. And then, we've got a 12 mana unit. Reduce my cost by 1 for each time an ally attacked this game. Yeah, these are all like aggro cards. Every single one of these is like a low to the ground aggro card. Man. Okay, so I like this. I like this Sand Soldier style aggro / rally. This looks fun. This looks like a fun version of aggro. Cause like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna play Dune Keeper. Dune Keeper, by the way, looks nuts. This looks like the best, one of the best 1-drops ever. This thing looks insane. It's just 1 mana for 2 2/1s, essentially, right? It's 1 mana for a 2/1, and then also something that, if it hits, deals 2 to the Nexus. Oh, that being said, I say that, but this only works if you're going first. This is like, if you go first and you play this on turn 1, obviously you get the body and the ephemeral, and if your opponent doesn't have a 1-drop, you just deal 4. However, comma, if you are not going first, you don't really want to play this on turn 1, right? If you're going second, if your opponent goes first and they don't have a unit, they just, you know, pass on turn 1, you don't exactly want to play this on your turn 1, right? On your round 1. So do you wait until round 2? I mean, in an aggro deck, hopefully you have a different 1-drop that you can drop on turn 1, and then you drop this on turn 2. So this is still a really, really good card, but it's nuts if you're going first and you have this on turn 1. So that's really scary. Emperor's Dais. When allies attack, summon an attacking sand soldier. So this is interesting, right? And I've been saying that this is like an aggro strategy. Aggro? There is no aggro deck in Legends of Runeterra thus far. Thus far in Legends of Runeterra, there has never been an aggro deck that has wanted a landmark. And that's, you know, that's for obvious reasons, right? Because landmarks, actually, I guess unless you count Grand Plaza decks, but even those generally weren't like aggro decks, they were like tempo decks, right? This is like 2 mana for a landmark that summons a sand soldier every time allies attack. So if you've played a 1-drop, right? If you played a 1-drop on turn 1, and then like for instance Dunekeeper, if you played Dunekeeper on turn 1 and then you have Emperor's Dais on turn 2 and you're not going first, if you went second, you can attack with this. You can attack with Dunekeeper, like, or whatever your 1-drop was, in the same turn that you played Emperor's Dais and get a Sand Soldier. So this is almost just 2 mana for a Sand Soldier this turn and a Sand Soldier every other turn. Oh, this could be okay. This could be okay. This could definitely be good, but it does take up a slot on the board. And it can't block. At some point, you're probably gonna have to override this if you're running an aggro deck, right? At some point, you're probably gonna be like, you have 5 units on the board and you want to play another one, and this is just gonna like be in the way. I wonder why they would even give a Sand Soldier a mana cost if you can't main deck it or won't. Oh, Kludenkopfen. It's so that it has synergy with Von Yep, of course. Sand Soldiers are 1-drops. You could run these with Professor Von Yep. Huh? Huh? That's why. Uh-oh. Of course, obviously that's why. But stuff like that, right? Everything needs to have a cost. Everything needs to have a cost so that other things like Professor Von Yip can, you know whether or not they can interact with it. Stop. Jagged Taskmaster. Exactly. Exactly. All right, and then Sandcrafter, 4 mana, 3/5 with sort of the same effect as Emperor's Dais. You just summon an attacking Sand Soldier when it attacks. If you have both, all you have to do is attack with her, and you'll get two Sand Soldiers. Desert's Wrath, and then Desert's Wrath is the one that's sort of gluing this all together, right? Desert's Wrath is the card that like sort of brings this strategy together and actually gets you value out of your other, Sand Soldier cards, right? If you have an Emperor's Dais and a Sandcrafter on the field and you're attacking with a Sandcrafter every turn, I mean, that's nice. But Desert's Wrath is what actually like makes you want to do those things. I like it. I like this idea. I like this deck style. I like this deck archetype of like making all these ephemeral Sand Soldiers. But I also really like ephemerals, just normal Shadow Isles ephemerals. I like that too. And it's not exactly a good archetype. So I hope this doesn't end up being the same. I hope this doesn't just end up sucking like normal ephemerals, because I really like it. And then Inspiring Marshal seems to really really benefit this same strategy, right? If you summon, you know, if you play Emperor's Dais on turn 2 and Sandcrafter on turn 4, and then Inspiring Marshal on turn 5, and you attack with Sandcrafter, right? You get 2 like 3/1, maybe 4/1 Sand Soldiers that deal an extra 1 to the Nexus if they hit it. That's scary. That's so scary. Aggro Ephemerals Pog? Yo, Aggro Ephemerals though. Aggro Ephemerals seems fun as hell. And then we've got Sandstone Chimera. Reduce my cost by 1 for each time an ally attacked this game. So it's very easy to get this guy down to 0, especially if you're running like Sand Soldiers and stuff. But even in other decks, in other aggro decks, getting Sandstone Chimera down to very cheap will be feasible. Even at very best, this is like a 0 mana 6/6. And we know, you know, we know from things like the Scuttlegeist and the Plaza Guardian that a 0 mana 6/6 isn't exactly very good. It depends. Now in an those things don't exactly belong in aggro decks, so there's something to be said there. It depends how quickly you could get this thing cheap. If you can get this thing, like if you can attack with a ridiculous number of Sand Soldiers and get this thing down to like 1-2 mana by like turn 6, then maybe I can see it being okay. A 2 mana 6/6 on turn 6 seems all right. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think Sandstone Chimera is gonna see much play ever. Shark Chariot with the Marshal. Yeah, I was thinking of Shark Chariots the other day with Sandswept Tomb. I was like, oh, Sandswept Tomb plus Shark Chariot seems pretty nice. Freaking Emperor's Dais with Shark Chariot seems nutty. Like hello Shadow Isles, hello Ephemerals. Hecarim and Azir are gonna be best friends, dude. When allies attack someone attacking Sand Soldier. Yeah, this is a Shark's wet dream right here. This is what Sharks have always wanted, just consistent Ephemerals. This is really cool because you could just run a Shark Chariot, like three Shark Chariots, and then like 3 Sandcrafters and 3 Emperor's Daises, and you're fine. You don't need to run any other Ephemerals. I mean, you still can. You can run Desert's Wrath, and you can run Dune Keeper, and you can run probably Azir, who will make Ephemerals. But like Emperor's Dais and Sandcrafter alone will like enable your Sharks for the rest of the game. Plus you get 7 twos with the Tomb and the Marshal. Yeah. I don't know. Sandswept Tomb, all of a sudden Sandswept Tomb looks a little lackluster. It looks a little not as good, right? Like Sandswept Tomb is nice. It's 5 mana and you're getting these things every turn. Or every attack anyway. But I'd rather just get Emperor's Dais. Like what's better? Spending 5 mana to get this and a Shark? Or spending 2 mana to get this and a Shark, right? I'd rather spend 2 mana and get this and a Shark than spend 5 mana and get the bigger one plus a Shark every time. This is cool. I like these. I like these a lot. Azir's gonna be sweet. This looks fun. This looks fun. Short little reveal today. There's not too much more to say about these, I don't think. We can't even really evaluate how good these are all going to be until Azir comes out and we see exactly what he does. But I imagine he'll be pretty cool.